I was in the mustard seed because my family threw me out. I'm denouncing Canadian citizenship. I got an apartment here. I'm writing letters and complaint to the fucking federal government for your abuse of housing shelters and your damn real estate fraudsters in Canada. There's a power that's going to build up. He screwed up Canada, conservative. I'm anti-conservative, and I'm anti-shelters for dreadful. I was out in Calgary. I had to sign in. I had some advantages. I got into the mental health hospital to get off the streets. That damn place was terrible. First of all, I'm not a religious man. I'm a spiritual man. And I don't like religion shoved up my butt. And that's what they were doing. There was gay, transgender, everything in there. That's all right. And First Nations and pipeline workers that couldn't get housing. See, they come out there and they don't know what they're in for. That is one hell of a mess. The mustard seed. The other alternative is a drugs place called the DA, which is dreadful. It's full of drug addicts. But that's their key to separating you, but getting you out of the city. They take you on a truck and you go into a mass warehouse. That's how bad it is. Salvation Army, I wouldn't support them. I don't support them. They're dreadful. They'll let you start because they say you're here before. We can't rely on handouts. We got to get down these box stores, start growing food and working as cooperative. The whole political system is shit in Canada. It's been that way ever since Harper. And Calgary sucks. I walked all the way out there and I got into, because my family threw me out. They get money. Now, here's my study. Victim armed robberies is like cops are my friends now. They call my brother, military call my brother. Because I care about PTSD and I don't care about psychiatry. Because it doesn't heal anything. Look at the bullshit. They come out and say, assisted death to police. A military man wanting to get well. Bunch of garbage. What we fight wars for? Hmm? PTSD is what my father had. Drugs, drugs. Comes out from Somalia. He saw hell over there. And they just filled him up with drugs. He died. So, you formulate Jungian doctors. Nobody can afford them. They're all around here. They work. They got to get paid. The government doesn't fund them. They fund this bad healthcare system, mental health system. They don't know anything about trauma therapy. They offer assisted death. Finally, they close that. They said that's an opinion. Oh, bullshit, it is. Our military want to come home and get well. So maybe my methods were unconventional, like EFT tapping, Reiki energy. Of course, I sound angry. I've gone through the system and had to see how bad it was. They're full of narcissists. Narcissists are a creation of social media. Everybody's going by likes. These bitches are running the place. You know, I was an alcoholic, and I'd never treat a man like that if he's an alcoholic. He was an old man. He was a drunk. He's homeless. So he's in a shelter. Sure, he peed through the cot. He's an old man. He's 78. What are they doing? Humiliating him, taking pictures of it, and saying you're going out in the cold. Human rights violations. So I reported them to the Green Party of Ontario. They shut them down. And I'll make sure they're shut down in a second time. I'm shutting these damn places down. Alberta, BC, shut down the shelters. Now, I'm not going to go against Duncan, BC, that had a nice shelter up there. Because there was a man of God there that was non-denominational, interfaith. And there was addiction counselors. And I liked that place. And I saw some horrible things. I saw a young girl come in, a blonde, pretty girl, all beat up and blood all over her because of drugs. And they've been parachuting into Vancouver Island. Now, I go out, and there's the Reverend. He says, hello, brother. I said, hello, brother. We're friends. Because he's non-denominational. He's all faith. Mustard seed, fundamentalism of shoving religion up the butt of other traditions that are not of that faith. So it has no place, the mustard seed. But fortunately, I couldn't take it anymore. You lay on mats on the floor, maybe 400 or 500 people in that warehouse. And there's no freedom. There's so many people homeless. Might be one young woman trying to get people places. I couldn't get anywhere from. So I booked into a psych ward. I went to the mustard seed. I can't take this anymore. I'm a sensitive person. Empaths cannot take shelters. So I went into the hospital and said I got a mental health record. Hell, I was right in there. But they started examining me. If you got a mental illness, maybe it's you're kind to people. Because I'm a Yerushalayim Reiki master. And I practice the precepts. You're so kind to people. That's not normal. Isn't it, Doc? Maybe it should be. I help people in there. Night, there was noise coming in. The cops are coming in. This guy's coming in and he's in my room. What the hell is this? Canadian war vet. Go and shoot himself. I said, what's your name? He says, my name's Dave, artillery officer, Sarajevo. Oh, pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm safe with you here. Doors are locked. I'm 16. I was going to blow my brains out. So my head's messed up. I know. But something told me I want to live. Just like that song George Canyon says. I want to live. I don't really want to kill myself. Something pushed me back, and that's God. That's spirit. So David was in the bed across from me. I put the distant Honchester coping symbol and allowed energy to flow to him all night long. And he was listening to his Android with First Nations drumming all night long. Because that was a part of his healing. This is unconventional, but it worked. I said, what are you doing in the bathroom so long, Dave? Crying. Crying? Vets don't tell you that. He says, every time I cry in there, I'm feeling better. He's usually in that war zone back there, right? I saw a healed vet walk out of there. A miracle happened with his allowing energy to go in. No drugs. You go to the programs, you do a little bit of exercise, he's walking on a labyrinth in there. And he's taking a little bit of counseling. But the kindness was helping that gentleman. And Dave says, you know what I got to do now? I said, what? I look at all that funding from the federal government or the provincial government for warriors. I'm going to take that money. I told a police officer he's got PTSD. He's being shot at. We know what this is like. He put his hand over his heart. Brother, that's beautiful. He wants to help children. So this is the transition from pain to enlightenment. Eckhart Tolle talks about this, right? The pain body. There's so much pain from a veteran that's being in, and I met a man over there, and I felt like writing a song about it. It's dark. It's very dark. He's in Somalia. his platoon walks in, and there's dead children and babies. This is genocide. This is the worst thing. We look out on the news, it doesn't really sink into us. It sunk into him walking over these dead children and women cut up. God does not exist. God does not exist. Then he goes back to Cape Breton Isle, marries a beautiful young Vexen Cape Bretoner. And he's in the delivery room. He hears by the baby cry. Here's God's voice again. He returned the prodigal son. Yeah, I think God has to come into the play. And I think spirit has gone way out there. I was talking to a man of God from Texas, Reverend from the Church Cowboys. And he says, you're talking good work here. Because I hate that music. I know it's devil music, isn't it? That's that damn hip-hop garbage. And he's mad. He's out in a truck listening to that damn nation of music. Oh, it's hell. Wife Martha, he's such a good man. But he's so angry at the world. Look at the Texas flooding and everything going down. Well, he's angry all the time. He's the Reverend of the Church of Cowboys. He's a good man. He's a spiritual man. Whereas Judson reads the Holy Scriptures. I think the problem with the Bible is this. In the beginning was the Word of God. But we interpreted it under a Newtonian thinking mind. Jesus spoke in parables to get out of that mind. So Eckhart Tolle came out and he says you have to accept the pain to come to enlightenment of wanting a better path. I got mad. I didn't like Bob, the way horse racing was done, winning over letting them come into their own. And that's my nightly sleep, and I listened to my recordings on my iWatch, and it was saying that. You know, some guys say, oh, let me see your boobies. I'm saying, let her come into her own. And that's the way a horse comes in. Not that Bob Baffert. He was using steroids, I know that. Because there's an old boy from Churchill Downs that knows you, Bobby. He knows you were using steroids. It's always about winning. Well, he's up there in Newmarket trying to get into thoroughbred racing. Lost his whole stable because all the owners want winning. There's a difference between winning and playing the game. So the hockey players, they don't win all the time. They say, you're a friggin' reporter? No, good, because we don't win all the time. So I look at a horse that's got one start. Jockey says he didn't run right, something's going on there. The trainer says, maybe we'll look at this. Starting the game. But it's those damn owners that are always got to have the horses winning that's hurting the whole industry. So Bobby was putting in steroids. We know that, Bob Baffert, you silver hawk fox devil that ruined the horse industry. You won with Farron Capero. Didn't win that fast. It's like Secretariat. So she's a thoroughbred girl. Talk to her. She understands me. I got the E.P. Taylor wisdom. Did the best, forget the rest. And the USG Raw, go down that infield track farm. Keep going. Get out of here. She'll listen to me because I'm running the stable. And E.P. had bred Northern Dancer. And that was a horse that they said would not be, because he didn't have that horse sight. like E.P. Taylor. Maybe it was beer. Maybe it was beer, because he was a brewmaster. He owned every friggin' brewery from Canada right across to Britain. He had so damn much money. Nobody would tell him what to do. They told him, "You can't bring Northern across this border here. That's dead carcass, sir. I can do anything I want. I own Ontario." They brought Northern across and buried him in Winfield. God bless Northern Dancer got buried in that hole of ground of every other great racehorse that was named after the dancers. Novinsky. They're all dancers. E.P. Taylor's rules. I read the book. I got drunk reading it, and it was a good read. I got a couple of beer, wrote a book, and did a book report in college. And that's where I max when I'm drunk. I talked to a sports reporter. He's always drunk. Because he has humor when he's writing these stupid stories about stupid jockeys. He says they're the worst part of the horse. Yeah, it should hang on the gonchos on the side down, bro. It's Kentucky, dude. He's funny as hell. Because you're drunk when you write it. Well, Farley Mowat drank like a fish. You just ship it into their livers. What the hell are you going to live and die? Tom died 77. He didn't want to get a liver transplant. And Farley did it a few times because he just changed drinks. He kind of put liver in there and pop on in or kidney. But Farley just wrote when he was drunk. He was mad because the climate deniers and everything was bugging him. And he was a friend of Captain Paul. He was a renegade. He was a good man. He's stuck by integrity of what he's seen in the Northland and the destruction of the Northland for fossil fuel production and liars. And he always had humor. He says, "Look at how my dog walks. He walks on all fours. Look at where his ass end's pointing. That looks like it's going up the Alberta tar sands." He got kicked out of Newfoundland. Yeah, that's not good for tourism, Hardy. You wrote Whale for Killing. I read the book. It was a disastrous heartbreak, torturing a whale to death because and it wasn't good. It was just the Newfies being too Newfie. And am I running down Newfoundland? That's right. It didn't go well about Newfoundland. And it happened again. Harper wanted to get more votes, so Sea Shepherd comes in there. European Union. What are they talking about? They're saying, no seals. We don't take seal skin. But for Harper was using this political ploy. That's what the Connies do. They kicked out the proportional voting, told people, "Oh, it's not good for you." With the referendum, if they're voting. So Harper got all these Newfoundlanders to get their vote. "I'll give you jobs. Go out in ice floes and club seals to death." So Sea Shepherds in 250, beyond the 250 limit. They're out there, and a friggin' Coast Guard comes in and rams them. "You bastards, you're going to hit us on Port Starboard." "Hold on," bang, and they go right in. And thank you, Sea Shepherd reporting to the Canadian Coast Guard. "Thank you for letting us watch you murder seal pups on ice floes into international waters." Now, the right-wing bastards are always saying something about that, do you? But I'll tell you can go his stuff, you right-wing friggin' Nazis. I say Harper should be in jail, and David Suzuki said, "What are you going to do on your birthday?" Take that damn... I'm like Neil Young and David Suzuki. Take that damn key of fruit right in the ocean. Let him rot in there. He's making cells for all the marijuana smokers. So you all smoke white weed and want more oil. because you don't want to talk about anything. The Greenpeace? Oh boy, you'll attack them. Sea Shepherd? Yeah. I'm an Aussie. I support Sea Shepherd. Australia, I support environmentalism. I support Down Oil. I support gold to come back into the economy, build Australia up to be a superpower like China. China switched power. So, they're coming out and what are they saying? Well, this is harder than most predictions. The world will be green because it involves with the ecosystem of change. But the humans don't. So he said they're defective species. And like every species, they'll be wiped out. So why do I have to worry about friggin' fools? They just, the guy that's jumping off a cliff. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. Keep on supporting the oil sector. Vote for Pierre Pallot, the another right-wing son of a bitch. I have nothing to say about Canada except I know where my money's going to pay oil refineries and factories because their banks are all bloody broke. We're right falling American Mall. Living in the USA, you look at the amount of homelessness in the United States and look at Canada now. It's a disaster and it's all going to freaking fart. Karma comes to those that destroy the planet. And I predict nuclear war will holocaust you. I think Iran's coming back. Because I was getting messages from Iran. You should see the weapons they ready for you. They're going to come and get you. I'm leaving Canada because I know the danger is going to be this country's going to be nuclear.